Hey, let's move on right now. The governor's race in the state of Indiana. We have somebody running for that right now, Eric Doden. Eric, how are you?
Good, Jim. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Good.
Well, you're from Indiana. You know what an exciting time it is during sectionals week. It's crazy.
Oh, it's crazy, and we're super excited in our neck of the woods, too, with a lot of good sectional games right now.
And you are from what area?
So I grew up in Butler, Indiana, about 2,600 people, and then moved to Auburn when I was 15. So we're in the Fort Wayne, Butler, Auburn region.
And just like Domers here, we just had John Doherty. They think that the whole world revolves around Notre Dame. Just about every Fort Wayne basketball fan that I've ever run into thinks that the world of Hoosier basketball runs around Fort Wayne, and certainly there's a couple of guys down at Purdue that prove that right now, including Fletcher Lawyer. But we feel like we have the best basketball up here in our corner. I'm sure you feel the same way.
Well, there's good basketball all over the state. You know, Caleb First is a family friend. We've grown up, our kids grew up together, and it's fun to watch him out with Purdue Boilermakers playing, and just, really high-level basketball right now in Indiana.
And where did Lawyer go? Do you remember? He's from up there somewhere.
Yeah, he's from in that region.
Yeah, but Caleb First was certainly, maybe even got more pub, and he is certainly providing some girth down low. I didn't realize he was 6'10". Until I walked by him one time going into the media room. I'm like, how tall is he? I looked it up. I thought he was 6'7", 6'8", 6'10", with these long arms, and it's kind of scary looking, which is what you need down there. Eric, why are you running for governor?
Well, I think, look, we see this across the country, Jim. When outsiders like me don't run, nothing changes. And I think the people that are supporting me are excited about a new generation of leadership, and we're going to bring a fresh perspective and new ideas, and that's, why I'm running.
Outsider, what's that mean?
Well, an outsider to me, I think a lot of times in government we talk about how great state government's doing, and it is doing great. We have a lot to celebrate about state government. We also have to be focused on how well is each region in Indiana doing. And being from the regions and being from Fort Wayne and Auburn, we can't be the state of Indiana where 3 or 4 counties are doing well. We have to be the state where all 92 counties are doing well, and we can't be a state where 1 or 2 regions are doing well, but we're all 11 or 12 regions are doing well. And that's really a lot of our ideas are focused on making sure that we have strong communities throughout the state of Indiana.
Well, you may have some of this up in Fort Wayne, but, we always kind of feel up here, many of us feel that we're not getting the attention that we would like from downstate. You know that from your corner, and Evansville kind of, whenever I talk to Evansville, it's kind of Evansville, Fort Wayne, and the region sometimes feel a little bit disjointed from Bloomington, IU, Purdue, Lafayette, and the entire Indianapolis area. What would you like to say to region folks that if you're elected as governor, how you would include us in what's going on?
Well, first of all, Jim, this region has played a really important role in my life because I met and married my wife from Valparaiso. She was a Wisconsin girl that went to law school in Valparaiso, and we met on the basketball court, believe it or not, at the University of Valparaiso. And some of my close friends like John Costas have been friends for a long time. So this region holds a special place in my heart. But we also know this region is really significant economically for the state of Indiana. Proximity to one of the largest markets in the world. There's a huge population here, very talented, diverse group of people. And so we know that each of these regions play a significant role. And that's why in 2013 and 14, when I was working with Mike Pence, I pitched him Regional Cities Initiative because we needed to make sure that we used some of that $600 to $800 million that we spend in economic development that needed to go and be a part of a regional plan as well as, a statewide plan.
What about the mills and the refineries? How important do you see them as being to the state of Indiana's economic future?
Well, I think, we see a lot of consolidation in the industry. I used to be a rebar guy. Our family was in rebar for about 30, 40 years, so we dealt
Thanks
with
for saying it correctly. Some guys come in here and they're, just whatever. Rebar is how you're supposed to say it. But anyways, go ahead.
And so our family's been involved with the mills, and we know it's a foundational economic engine for this entire world and this country, and it's going to be an important part of the future of the entire United States.
We're talking to Eric Doden. He's running on the Republican side for governor, and you're Republican businessman. Yes. The business was rebar. What else? What other kind of business?
I've been in the automotive industry. I've also had some time in the sporting goods manufacturing industry. So I've been in a combination of manufacturing, rebar, construction, and I currently own a business that develops apartments. So I've had a really rich, diverse background in business, and also been heavily involved in growing communities throughout the state of Indiana.
So that gets to the mission. You got a successful life, got a successful personal life. The question that I would ask anybody here, I'll ask you the same thing. Why in the hell would you want to go into politics after having this relatively full life outside of it?
Well, I think for those of us who believe in service, and I grew up in a family. My grandpa was a pastor. My father started being a pastor, then migrated into business. But there's a sense in which life has to be about not just being successful in business, but also about being a part of something bigger than that. And I think for me, I'm really passionate about our small towns. We have 2 million people that live in towns 30,000 or less, and we've never really had an economic development plan for those 2 million people. And so part of our Indiana Main Street initiative provides a plan of $100 million a year for 8 years, which, for those 2 million people. But I also believe that, in government, sometimes people think that you're going to come in and solve the problem. And the reality is what we've seen, Jim, around the country and even in this state is local leaders have to be the visionaries for the future of their community, but they have to have a good partner within state and local government. And we just want to be a good partner.
One or two top parts of your platform.
We're really excited about protecting the vulnerable, specifically zero-cost adoption. We have 13,000 kids in foster care, and I think if you're really going to have a successful government, you have to have things that help the vulnerable and protect them. So zero-cost adoption is designed to help our 13,000 foster kids get into loving families as fast as possible. Our teacher investment program, we have a crisis throughout the state where we do not have enough teachers that are coming into the industry. So we're proposing that teachers be income tax and property tax free. And it will be a state tax credit to pay for property taxes so that we don't
Wait, say that again. Teachers be property tax free?
Yes.
So they don't have to pay property taxes?
Well, they'll have a state tax credit that we're not trying to take money away from locals.
Yeah, I was going to say that's for every local elected officials right now going, dude,
tell them
I
not
have
to
like
panic.
2% of the people that live in my town are teachers. So how would that work exactly?
Well, they would get a state tax credit that then would pay for the property taxes so that we're not taking money from local government.
All right, cool. So that would be, those are kind of economic plans. Anything, in terms of bringing people together or social things or anything like that, that's part of your program?
Yeah, I think that's what we're talking about. Like when we look at the communities that have been successful, they're doing and fixing and restoring things and bringing people together. One of the most exciting projects we have in Fort Wayne right now is Electric Works. And Electric Works is the rehabilitation of an old historic factory where 20,000 of our people worked. And what we're most excited about is not the bricks and sticks. What we're excited about is bringing thousands of people together every day to work, to grow, to learn. We have a STEM high school there. We have all these different aspects of bringing people together and growing businesses and growing opportunities and growing people into whatever they're called to do in their life.
Why are you in the region right now?
Well, we're here to visit with a lot of leaders. I've been in 50 counties. I've met with about 3,000 people, and we're really just trying to listen to what are the issues in the region, what are the different issues in each community, and that's part of our journey over the next couple of days here.
All right, so we're talking to Eric Doden. If he comes again, we'll let you take phone calls. I see that some people are calling in right now. We'll do that in another time. Let's finish this up. Tell people in the region. Honestly, John Doherty, he's pretty active and so forth. I go, I got Eric Doden coming on. And he's like, who's that? And I'm like, really? You don't know Eric Doden running for governor? Because you're getting a lot of press. I look at the Indy press down there. But a lot of people don't know you up here. So here's your moment to tell people your background.
Yeah, so Macy and I have been married for 25 years. We have 5 children. Ages 22 to 17. 2 of them are graduating high school, our last 2, so we're going to be empty nesters here coming up. And my background, as we've talked about, has been a lifelong Hoosier. Grew up in our small towns, and just really excited. We love Indiana. Macy and I love living here. We live here by choice, like a lot of people, and we just think this is a great state that we want to see just keep improving and be a place where our kids and grandkids can be proud of.
So let me summarize, because we're here in the region, you got to bring it down to like single syllables. But you're a businessman,
I am.
Outsider,
Yes.
married, 5 kids, family, running on the Republican side, and anything else you want to tell the region?
No, I just think we're really excited about the region and the opportunity here for the future of this region. And we're excited to be a part of this journey with you guys and look forward to getting to know you.
Thanks a lot, Eric.
Thanks,
We
Tim.
appreciate you stopping in.